Okay, guys. Sorry for the cutoff a while ago. We were talking about the Last House on the Left remake, and at the end of what I'm going to say, I just want to say I really enjoy it. The only thing I didn't enjoy about it was the ending scene with the head in the microwave. That made no sense. But other than that, it was a really good movie. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I agree with Jordan. I really do enjoy the film. I have not seen the original. I saw it in Walmart, and next time I'm gonna go there, I'm gonna get it. But it's a very good movie. I really enjoy the acting. The kills, not the kills. Yeah, the kills are very good. And just a very, very good film. It's very suspenseful, and yeah, it's one of my favorite. Oh, it's a good remake. It's a good remake.
Alright, I think the remake's pretty good. I really enjoyed it. I haven't seen the original yet, but I love how it's the type of film, like, kind of like Jordan said, like, the hunted has become the hunters, and I think it's just, like, how it's like just a really well done film. Not really well done, I haven't seen the original, like I said, but I really enjoy it. I've only seen it once, but it's pretty good.
Yeah. I really like this film. It's a really awesome remake, in my opinion. The rape scene was really brutal, and the act was awesome. I love the kills. It's a great revenge movie, and I really love it. So yeah, great remake. Haven't seen the original, but.
Okay, guys. I really enjoyed it. Definitely not as good as the original, but a lot more brutal. Yeah, I just thought it was great and really dark, really gritty, really bloody, really gory, really good.
Lots of reallys.
Caleb.
Yeah, my opinion on this one, it was actually a pretty good film. But not as good. It doesn't beat the original, but I mean, the ending just kind of made me hungry for a Hungry Man. No, I'm just kidding. It was a very disturbing film. Okay, since everybody's gave their opinion on that, let's move on to, in my opinion, the original had one of the most brutal rape scenes I've ever seen, and this one carried through to that, and that's I Spit on Your Grave. So this movie is a perfect revenge movie. I mean, these guys, if you haven't seen it, they pretty much get her. She's a city girl, and they get her and they rape her, brutally rape her. And she comes back and just pretty much doubles what they did to her, which is pretty sick, especially when she cuts the guy's dick off and feeds it to him. It's a good movie. I can't say it's better than the original, but I think it definitely lives up, and it has a very, very, very dirty and gritty and disturbing tone to it, especially when the raping starts and you've got the cops in on it and everything. It's like, Jesus Christ, that's a real policeman right there. But yeah, if you're very squeamish towards rape scenes, this is definitely not your movie. This is definitely not one you want to watch. But I think it's a pretty good remake.
Wait, did Andrew say pass?
No, it's Doodles.
Oh,
I said pass.
I'm gonna be honest, I haven't seen the film on, like, DVD, like, unrated. I've seen it on TV. But the TV cut is brutal enough. It is so brutal. And I enjoy the film. But I am not into, like, rape movies and stuff like that. But I just like how she just gets revenge. And I really sympathize for her character, the writer in the film, the main girl. And, I don't know what to say about it, but it's just really graphic, and they just released a sequel to the remake, so, and I heard that one was a lot more graphic than the first remake, so.
Okay, on to Zach.
Pass.
I like this movie. It was a lot more graphic than the first one. I think they showed a lot more, especially the part where where she has the guy hanging from the arms, and then she takes the weed whacker and she fucking chops his dick off, and then makes him eat it. That was interesting, and and we got the sequel coming out in October, which is pretty cool, and yeah. Caleb.
Well, to be honest, I'd never
seen the original, but my opinion on this one, I liked it. I mean, the rape scenes just I didn't like, but I mean, it was okay. I kind of liked it actually, but it was just a little too much.
Wait, what?
I think he means he likes the movies, guys. He doesn't like the rape scene. Okay, go on.
I kind of like it.
Wait, me?
Are you done talking about it?
Yeah, it grosses me out.
Okay, guys, moving on to the 6th one. Remember, we have 32 movies that we got to talk about. Okay, John Carpenter's The Thing, which is technically a remake from A Thing from Another Planet. So, I'll go ahead and give my opinion on that. I love this movie. It's up there in my top favorite remakes. If you even consider it a remake, some people don't. How isolated it is and the paranoia of the humans, and seeing who the aliens who the alien is just badass. And still to this day, I've seen the movie thousands of times. I can watch the movie and not remember who's an alien and when's it going to pop out. And the special effects. I mean, all of that shit was practical, and that is just amazing. I mean, how they did that back in the 80s, I don't understand. But Kurt Russell was amazing in it. And it's just one of my favorite John Carpenter films of all time, too. So it's just, I love it. I love the movie.
Pass.
Passy Doopers.
Whoa, okay. You guys need to get your ass out right now and see this movie because it is freaking amazing. My favorite remake of all time, if you can consider it a remake. Just absolute masterpiece. Definitely on my top 5 favorite John Carpenter films of all time. Caleb?
Yeah, pass.
Okay, guys, moving on to, oh my god, this 2007 piece of shit.
Wait. Let me guess. No, I'm not looking at the list.
Halloween.
Rob Zombie's Halloween. Okay.
Oh.
So, I have to talk about this for a minute. As big as a fan I am of the original, I just do not like this movie. Rob Zombie took a cheap way out by making Michael Myers, have a brutal lifestyle, like being abused, and his mother was a hooker or a stripper, not a hooker, but a stripper, and sister was a whore, and his stepdad was a dick. I mean, in the original, we didn't know that, and that's what made it even more creepier. That he was a kid who lived on a good side of town, had a good mother and father, and just snapped for no apparent reasons. And Rob Zombie had no respect for the original Halloween. He said so himself. He never wanted to do Halloween, and I just don't like this movie at all. It's one of my least favorite remakes of all time. I don't like this movie.
I totally agree with Jordan. Do not like the film. Don't like the mask. I don't know why the fuck he changed the mask.
Yeah, that mask sucks.
Yeah, it just fucking bugged the shit out of me. I mean, some of the characters were good, I want to say, and the actors. I mean, Diana Harris did a good job, but I fucking hated her fucking character. She was a fucking hoe in the whole fucking film. The film isn't good. I mean, the childhood, I mean, just, it's a bad film. I do not like it. Same thing with Jordan. It's one of my least favorite remakes of all time, and one of them, you already know what's my least favorite, but it's just a bad film.
I am gonna have to disagree. I like the film, but it's definitely not the best remake out there. I think Rob Zombie. Isn't it true that Rob Zombie was just going for his own vision of Michael Myers? Like, he wasn't trying to redo the original. He was just doing his own vision.
He had no respect for the original whatsoever. He like fucking shit on Donald Pleasance's performance.
Oh yeah, that's the one thing I hate about Rob Zombie's Halloween remakes, Halloween 1 and 2. I hated how they portrayed Donald Pleasance.
Yeah.
Donald Pleasance's character. I hated Malcolm McDowell's acting, and I hated him as a character.
Malcolm McDowell was good in A Clockwork Orange, but he was terrible in...
A hot song for an orange.
But I just hate I hate Donald Pleasance in this film. I mean, not Donald Pleasance, Malcolm McDowell.
Okay.
My turn?
Yeah.
I have to agree with Blake. There are flaws in this film. It's definitely not the best remake ever, but I do enjoy it. I mean, I think it's brutal. It's pretty brutal. I'm actually one of the few people who like Scout Taylor Compton. I mind her performance. I thought she was good. Same with Danielle Harris. I agree with Andrew though. She's pretty much a slut. The thing that takes away from this film though is just Rob Zombie's attitude towards Halloween series. It's just he all he wanted to do was direct Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and I mean he just had no respect like everybody else said, and I mean it's not the best remake, but it's not a bad one to me. It's okay, it's a good one.
Okay, this is a clear example of why Hollywood should not make remakes. Um, this is I mean, I saw this in the theaters, and it was possibly the most depressing movie-going experiences of my life, because tell you the truth, I did enjoy the first half an hour of it as Michael as a kid. Nothing to do with Halloween, but I did get some enjoyment out of it. Once it started getting into Haddonfield and him stalking Laurie, it just went all down to shit, and it was terrible. Don't get me wrong, I fucking love Malcolm McDowell. Clockwork Orange is my favorite film of all time. He just couldn't make Donald Pleasance at all. Rob Zombie, if he wanted to make Texas Chainsaw Massacre, he should have directed Texas Chainsaw. He probably could have made a better film than it was. But yeah, it's just not good at all. I will admit it's really gory, and that's about it.
Well, my opinion, I just didn't like it. It was horrible, and I think Rob Zombie didn't deserve to make this movie. Except number 2, I liked, but this one, I think he should have just. I think he just should have like made it better. Like, I think he should like go back and redo this movie because I think it's some piece of crap.
Okay, moving on. Number 8 is one that I know Andrew hates with a passion. It's one that we'll just go ahead and mention the title: A Nightmare on Elm Street. Now, I'm going to give a very brief opinion on this movie. It was okay for me. The only thing I really disliked about this movie was the fact that they changed him from a child killer to a child raper, basically. Like, he abused and raped these children. And the CG, like, his face, man, like, that was terrible. Why, like, with the burns, and it looked like a real burn victim, whereas Freddy didn't necessarily look like a burn victim. He looked like one, but it wasn't like this. Like, you felt sad for him because he looked like he had just got burnt. Like a burn, like I said, a burn victim you see every day if you've seen a burn victim. And I don't know, the acting was terrible. The girl who played Nancy, wow, that was a fucked up pick, I have to say. The only acting I really liked was from, what was his name, Clinton? Is that his name?
Fucking Quentin.
Yeah.
Clinton, yeah, I said Clinton. And I like the micronaps. I like that idea. That's the only thing I like. I thought it was okay. I'll have to give it another watch.
Oh my god. You guys probably saw my rant already. I do not like this film. Piece of shit. I mean, who played Freddy?
Jackie Earle Haley.
Yeah, he did a bad job, to be honest. I didn't like him.